Take 3. Usually takes me a couple takes. That didn't sound right. But anyways, a little redundant there. Just going to roll with this one. So here, I am coming to you again from the woods. I'm going to do all of my video journals from the woods. I think that's good because I really don't want, nothing against anybody, but I really don't want a lot of people knowing where I am. I already have enough photos out there on the interwebs where if somebody could, put some things together and figure it out. So I just, I'll try to preserve as much privacy as possible from this point on. I'm not on social media anymore. And one thing that kind of preempted that was Instagram deleted my Instagram. I don't really know how else my Instagram could have been deleted. I had become inactive for a few months, and I wasn't planning on going back, but I was going to leave the ghost in the machine. And part of my last Instagram has to do with what I want to talk about today. So I guess perhaps that upset somebody in administration of Instagram, but I don't know why. Maybe you can tell me. So a little brief synopsis of where I'm coming to you today from. I am on the top of this hill. That hill goes down to a spring-fed creek, and at that spring-fed creek is what I thought was an overbuilt spring house. It was really confusing to me. It's like, the spring doesn't come up right here. It comes up over there and back there, and it kind of trickles down this little ridge hill a little bit. Maybe 200 years ago, this is where it did come up. I was like, that just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Just these huge stone slabs, probably weighing anywhere between 500 and 2,000 pounds. I don't know. They're partially buried, so I don't even know how big they really are. But it was this doorway, and it was the bottom of the doorway was very filled with silt. It still is. I haven't started the excavation, although that's something I plan to do in the future. And after consulting with a gold prospector and an archaeologist here in Central Virginia, I came to the realization, it was revealed to me that what I was actually looking at was, without asking anybody about 250 years ago what they built there, it is a doorway to a gold mine. And this, after bringing those two same individuals up here and looking at this fallen chimney, and you can't see it very well, but there's a stone lining of a foundation for an old house up here, and it was actually the gold prospector that asked me, and I didn't tell him what was up here on top of the hill, but he came and he looked at the stone doorway, and he said, "Where's the old house?" And I said, "Wow, okay, I know you've never been here before." And he was like, "Yeah, well, we're looking for a miner's house. That's what they would have." And I thought that was really cool. So, what I would like to do is, on my property, I would like to have a path, a trail for walking and I guess just meditating and appreciating natural setting that goes through the woods. And at this spot, this clearing area here, and just these, I just want to show you this. I mean, these trees, it doesn't do it justice, but these trees are so big and so ancient. These loblolly pines, probably 2 feet in diameter, and that ancient cedar tree over there. I know that because of the way that these trees are growing, they are they are older than the house, or they were very, very young when there was an actual house here, because they wouldn't have built a house this close to these trees. And actually, one of the gigantic trees that is right behind me that you can see, it's I think I'm kind of pointing at it right there. That's actually kind of like coming up in the side of what was the living room or a bedroom. I don't know. I doubt they would have had living rooms, but um, so let's see if I can get this right. Oh my goodness, I didn't fall over. Okay. So, uh, I've been watching a lot of videos lately, and it's I'm really, really happy to see that a lot of people are getting on the horn about survival, because what is going on, and a lot of it that we are seeing in California. Um, People have to be prepared. You have to be prepared to for your situation. I mean, it would be great if you know everybody had $1 million laying around and we could just go out and buy all sorts of food. And it's like, for some people it's bullets. You know it's not really bullets for me. I heard somebody say the other day, talking about bullets and beans. um, and I'd never really heard that before, but a lot of people are all bullets and beans. I believe in beans for sure, especially if they're not too old. You can grow them, but there's a lot of things going on. Channels like the Ice Age Farmer, um, and another one I really like, Homesteading Family. Um, Josh, you're one of my favorite people to watch on YouTube. You just seem like a really genuine individual. If you ever see this, but it's really nice to see this. This is something that I've been preparing for. Um, God told me to prepare for this um, 10, 12 years ago, and I didn't know when. I really, honestly, I saw all the things that were going on in the Obama presidency, and um, I'm not Republican. I'm not Democrat. Um I've voted third party in a couple of last elections, and I'm done. I'm absolutely done. I'm convinced that this country is over. But that's another topic. I kind of covered uh, my anger. I don't really get too vitriolic, but my anger with the government, how things are run. Anyways, stay on target. 1,000 points of light. Sorry, the Dana Carvey, the George Bush Senior. It just, for some reason, that stuff just sticks in my head, especially with all the crap going on um, now. That's another deep, long topic, but I think preparing. We have to be prepared for what's coming, and you have to prepare within your means. So, I mean, for me, I could get dropped anywhere with my skill set, and I'm not going to say that I'd be comfortable, but I can get it, other than in the middle of the ocean, um, and yeah, God willing, be all right there too. But um, I know how to survive. I know that I can walk out into the forest with the clothes on my back, and that I will survive. Not going to be fun, not going, going to be very tough, but I'd much rather go with a backpack or something. But it's all about preparing within your means. Um, I don't have the money to go out and buy a $6,000 generator, but I have other things that I can do to prepare within my means. Um, and that's something that's very, very important that we all need to be thinking about right now. And it just seems like I'm just beating a dead horse with all of the stuff that I see, all the YouTube videos that I see, all the news articles that I see. But I also know that Google is, you know, Google's got me pegged, so to speak. It has everybody pegged. We're all an algorithm in the machine, which is a very large reason why I distance myself from social media. I think it was good for a time. It's kind of like gasoline engines. Gasoline engines were good for a time, but we've overused it. We've suppressed technology. Again, I'm getting on all sorts of bunny trails today, but I guess I've just had a lot of things on my mind that I wanted to talk about, and I don't know. I don't know how long YouTube is going to be around. Am I doing a video blog, a journal entry for myself? Yeah, I think so. Am I doing this for anyone else, everyone else? Yes, I think so. Um, I hope that somebody, I forget where it was, but I heard that if you can save a soul, you have saved the entire world. I'm probably totally misquoting it, but I think it was. I think I liked that quote. It kind of stuck with me. I can quote all sorts of literature, but I can't often tell you where you can go and find it. It just sticks with me, and so it's great about Google. You just put stuff in quotations there that you've heard. But if if anybody watches this that is not getting prepared, I hope you will get prepared. Um, I hope that you will get a plan together. There are a lot of things that have been talked about. I put a lot of stock in prophetic word. Um, I've I put a lot of stock in it because I have that gift and I recognize truth. Um, I don't think that we can put a lot of stock in anything that somebody says, I know when. If they know when, they're either the ones that are planning it and it's according to plan, or they're full of crap. And but just because you don't see the when doesn't mean that you can't see the sequence of events. You don't recognize the sequence of events that are happening. So we all see what's going on. We all see that the President of the United States is out of control. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean that as um, all of the internal conflict that has gone on. If Russia helped him get elected, that's exactly what they wanted to do. Was they knew that um, the the vitriol in this country would um, would be the greatest thing for them. It's not that Russia needs the United States of America's help, and that's why they helped Trump get elected. It's that they know that with chaos, if they have, if there's chaos here in this country, and there is, I mean, that the entire world is inflamed. It's burned. The world is burning. This is this is not going anywhere. This is going to continue, and it's just you know this keeps on going. This keeps on spiraling out of control, and I firmly believe that if um, the president of the United States had lost in 2016, we would already be in World War III. And this is why it's just it's all a joke. It's all a big joke. And if you are stuck in that Democrat Republican Trump versus Hillary, who was the best president? I mean, gosh, they've all been so evil and wicked. At least in my lifetime, I'm 33. They've been so bad. You know, I've. Anyways, I'm not trying to get political, but it's what's on my mind, and it's my vlog, and it's to me. Damn it. I feel for people. I really, really do feel for people. But I'm not at the point in my life where I can't feel for people because I understand that it's so many people have just brought all these things on themselves. I mean, since Roe versus Wade, we've had 250 million babies killed in this country. Just this country alone, the United States of America. And again, after my last video, if you've seen that, I don't call myself an American. You know, the blood, the death of 250 million babies. I don't want anything to do with that. I just live here. I'm in America. I'm not of it. You know, you my family, they're not my family. I do have some family, but I have even more relatives. We share some blood that flows through our veins, and you know, I wouldn't I wouldn't give them a sip of water if they were dying of thirst. But throughout my life, um, you know, the as I was a child growing up, you know, and seeing this blind patriotism, it's like, well, you can't you you can't espouse all of these opposites. You can't say that you know, the message of Christ is what you follow, but then you do this, then you think this way, then you talk this way, then you act this way, and this is what you support. um you can't have these dichotomies, and you know, a president that I think, especially for his time, was a good man, Abraham Lincoln. A house divided cannot stand. And this house is so very divided. I'm living in the attic, you know. I mean, the analogy there. But I know that this country doesn't have much longer left. Edgar Casey, who I believe was a prophet of truth, had visions about this time. I believe that his visions of sequence, his circumstances in sequence, I believe that they are in truth. The global warming, do not get caught up in this. Do not allow people, even scientists are backtracking from global warming, but they're still allowing plenty of people to run around and espouse global warming because it still helps this agenda that has been politicized for them. We I believe this. Maverick Star Observatory or Maverick Star Laboratories. It's a channel on YouTube. Gene on there, very, very knowledgeable guy. Gene, if you ever watched my video, I wish I could send you some money, man. The muon detector, oh my gosh, that is awesome. Um, yeah, watching all the videos on the muons. That's so cool. About how our magnetic field is weakening and we're getting blasted by all this cosmic radiation, and you know, I mean, Gene is he's a real scientist. He's a real scientist. But you can't if you're gonna prepare, that's what these people want. Okay, you know, you got your clubs of Rome, you got your Masonic orders. That, you know, this is probably gonna get me kicked off of YouTube or put on restriction or something. I don't know. But you know, it's like these people, these don't don't religion relationship. Do relationship. Don't religion. You know, it's like these secret organizations, be about people, be about the creation. And when you see the people that are going for the religion, you know, I mean, the Christians, I say that with a grain of salt. The Christians, evangelicals, I don't know if I would call them Christian. Um, not not any that I know. I wouldn't call them Christian, but they Don't get sucked into this. Don't get sucked into it. You have to keep your oil in your lamp. Keep your oil in your lamp. Don't don't follow these people who want to lead you astray, that want your energies for their agendas. Okay? These agendas are, they're going to kill you. That's what they're going to do. These agendas are going to kill you. A lot of these agendas, the Georgia Guidestones, a lot of these agendas, if you don't know what this stuff is, look it up. These things are wicked, evil, twisted, and a lot of these people are just blindly following. What you have here, the Catholic Church, first white horse rider with a bow. It's like it flung the message out. It flung the message around the world. The arrows in the bow, far flung. And it was the message, but it wasn't the relationship. It was the religion. Don't religion. Don't religion. Relationship. There is no guy hanging on a plus sign in a room that is so ornate that the millions of dollars it took to create it could have gone and fed hundreds, if not thousands, of starving people. That's where the witchcraft is. That's where the witchcraft is. They want to keep the Christ on the cross. The Catholic Church is every bit as wicked and evil as the Church of Satan. It's every bit. It's just different. It's just sold to you in a different way. Well, if you don't like this cyanide, candy cane, here, we have another cyanide candy cane for you. You don't need a big idol, a big golden idol of a bald fat man to get closer to your creator. You don't need these idols. You don't need these things. You don't need a million rules. To the Jews, you can poop standing up. Okay? And what you can't do is you cannot cheat on your wife on your 10th wedding anniversary, and you cannot have sex with a little girl whose hymen hasn't developed yet. And then her hymen develops and she's still like, that's just sick. Don't religion, relationship. Because what's hidden behind closed doors of the people that you're following, what's hidden in basements and dark alleys and tunnels of the doctrines and the dogmas that you are subscribing to, because it's all in that cyanide candy cane. It's all wrapped up in there. And you can say, well, I didn't know. Well, I didn't know. Well, I didn't know only goes so far. You can still go to hell. You can just go to hell. I didn't know. Tough shit. Go to hell. Just... Anyways, those are my thoughts. Man, I was all over the place, right? So, I had a girlfriend. We broke up. It was an internet thing. Still looking. Guess I'm done. So peaceful. Well, doing this because as soon as my Verizon contract runs out, I think I'm ditching this phone. Might try to make a real droid out of it. Take it all apart. Put it in an RC car or something. That'd be cool. Anyways, I think next time, the next video, I will come to you, come to me, uh, come together right now, from the doorway to the gold mine. Now, don't get your hopes up. I don't know what I'm going to do in another video, but please buy food. Buy food. Like, keep the oil in your lamp. Keep the oil in your lamp. That's your body. That's your mind. That's your spirit. Your spirit. Keep that oil in your lamp. Got to do it. It's threefold. Threefold. You gotta survive. That is the meaning of life. The meaning of life is live, survive. Survive in your body, survive in your mind, survive in your spirit. Be wary. Okay? It is just as important to defend yourself physically as it is to defend yourself mentally, defend yourself spiritually. You know, remember, the FBI has a record of all the evangelicals and what their favorite porn site is. I heard that one recently. Made me laugh, but it wasn't funny. It's just sick. It's just sick. So much sick crap. Of course California's burning. Some sick crap out there. Of course of course God's judgment's coming. Remember, relationship. I'm not coming to you and it's not mathematics, man, on the plus sign on the wall, okay? It's God's judgment. God's judgment. You need to get back to basics. To get back to basics. The messengers have come. I love Buddha. I love the Buddhist message. But I don't worship the guy. I love the message, and I love the sacrifice that Yeshua the Nazarite came and did for the world. For God so loved the whole world. Not God so loved the Jews or the... For God so loved the whole world that he sent the sacrifice. But that was 2 days ago. And in that 2 days, a place has been prepared. It still needs one more day. But it's been 2 days. And this is the third day. And the third day is about this rock. This third rock from the sun. You have to keep yourself straight. You have to stay on the straight and narrow. Don't go to the left. Don't go to the right. Stay on the straight and narrow. When evil comes to you to attack your body, when evil comes to you and attacks your mind, evil comes and attacks your spirit, I love humanity. Don't take the chip. Be human. Do not try to consolidate everything that is in your wallet into something in your arm or your head. Beware, it's coming. Stuff was talked about. People know this. People have known about it for a very long time. One thing I think is cool, little change of topic, for my fire and brimstone here. They have figured out, they think that they have figured out that the Great Pyramids and the Sphinx in Egypt were actually not tombs at all, but they think that they were power plants, which is so cool because in South America and Egyptian hieroglyphs, you see these paintings and figurines of, we look at them and we're like, this can't be anything except for people in airplanes wearing spacesuits or pressure suits. And that's what they've got to be. We've been here before. Why aren't we? What happened? I've heard people say if the library in Alexandria, Egypt, never burned down, we would have been on the moon 500 years ago. That's just, it's crazy. That's crazy. That's amazing. It's amazing. But you know, God never leaves. Sometimes he just goes a little quiet. Just wants to see what's going to happen. It's like, okay, you were bought some grace. Here's the age of grace. And the age of grace is over. The blood wall of protection is over. It is done. 2 days. Welcome to the third day. And now you're singing. There I go. Went right back into the fire and brimstone thing, you know. Power plants. Piezoelectricity. Awesome. So cool. They always knew that it had that golden cap. That golden cap hasn't been there on the pyramids for so long, but it's like gold, the conductor, the superconductor. Piezoelectricity with water, silicon, and quartz. I think that is how I am actually able. Perhaps it's something that I've always been able to do. I got some superpowers. I've always been able to see electromagnetic waves ever since I was a little child. They used to be a whole lot more vibrant when I was a child, but I can still see them. They look iridescent purple and yellow when we're having a solar flare. Whenever I see them, I always go to the computer and check. Like, are we having a solar flare right now? Is that like I'm still seeing this, right? It's pretty cool. It's fun to watch. Looks like one of those two-tone iridescent cars that are going down the road. Like from one angle it looks purple, from the other angle it looks yellow. That's kind of like what it looks like in the sky, but almost like wavy clouds. And another thing that I've recently realized is also by checking is that I can hear P waves from earthquakes. And I think because I'm living on top of a big boulder, I was just checking my time on there. So I'm living on top of a big quartz boulder. I think that's why I can hear the P waves. They're a whole lot more vivid in my ears. And I always go and check. We just have like a big earthquake, 4.0 or bigger. That's usually what I can hear. And it sounds like somebody with a glass of crystal with a little water in it, and they're rubbing their finger around it. That's what it sounds like to me. And then it just gets louder and louder and louder and louder, and then there's like a pop. And I'm like,